Welcome, fellow Lushes. Come on in, pull up a bar stool, and enjoy some cocktails with Dimples and the Beard.
Appreciate you coming.
Yeah,
Let's
of
talk
course.
about your
Appreciate
shit.
you inviting us here.
Great to be here.
Well-
Good times.
We did talk about a year ago, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Texted or messaged a little bit, and it
Just
just didn't
tiny.
work out. Yeah.
Yeah, the
But
thing is,
then
we
again,
got
that was
for
for
a
your
while.
dad. Hey, I think when I saw him at a funeral, he's like, "Hey, you should have the yeah, okay."
I'm your spirit, man.
out,
Look
yeah.
at
Even at a
spirit.
funeral.
It's
So,
starting off on a
so your
good
dad
note.
is networking.
That's
Yeah,
right.
for
Yeah,
sure. At a
perfect place
funeral.
to
That's a
network.
really, there's no inappropriate time to network.
Business never stops.
It
That's right.
doesn't stop.
No,
The world
no.
stops for nobody.
I mean, I go to funerals to laugh. You know, most of the time, like,
I love hearing
You're a sick
silly
guy.
stories about dead people.
right?
It's great.
Exactly.
Hey,
So the
all
other
of
day-
greatest stories are about dead people.
It's true. if the story ends and the person's still alive, it probably wasn't that good of a story.
That's true.
There you go.
Cobain.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
There's
true.
some question the other day. I was watching something. They're like, "Hey, does death make you horny?" And I'm like,
Wait, what?
"Wait, well, that's a question that a dude asked the girl." Yeah,
Oh,
Statistically, there's a lot of like
you can see why at a funeral you're vulnerable.
emotions are high, hormones crazy.
Maybe
Yeah.
horny's not the right word. Maybe
Yeah.
I mean, true crime makes all the chicks horny.
yeah.
That's true. That is a fact, actually.
Yeah.
It's the
That's
bad
why
boys.
that's why we want to do a true crime podcast.
It's the
instead of
bad
this one.
boys that make women. The prison bad boys that make
Yes.
them horny.
And so
Yeah.
you got friggin' scorched waves.
All right. Well, with that, welcome back to another
Let's go.
episode. Cocktails with Dimples and the Beard.
We gotta start somewhere, right?
And yes, we have two of the members, founding members. I don't know.
No,
Not
I'm
from-
the last member to join.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Well,
to be fair, it was 5 years ago. So
No, it's
Technically.
been 6 or 7 at this point.
oh,
Really?
wow.
It was
Okay.
2019, it's 2024
December of 2018.
that you joined.
Yes.
I'm-
All right, before we get into too much discussion, dude,
Okay,
you gotta do me a
sorry.
favor. Reach back there and we gotta turn the tavern on. You gotta, right there on the side, there's the light.
Open the
switch.
tab.
We gotta open the tavern. Get that little light
There
on.
we go.
Now,
Yeah.
now we can start. And before we go, everybody go give it a like, subscribe, comment on the gentleman. Once we get through the conversation, you'll want to check them out. You want to share. We'll put the other shit in putting in the post, but there you go.
Tiernan and Tyler from Scorched Waves.
Yes.
Hey, you got my
Thank
name right
you
first
for-
I
try.
practiced.
I am
We did
not
practice before you
surprised,
got here.
actually.
Practice before you got
I
here.
bet you wish more people would.
Yes, actually, I do.
I think
It's a unique name.
I think originally it was Tiernan.
Yeah, that's- yeah.
I've had people call me Tie Man, which is
Hi, man.
yeah, it sounds like a really shitty superhero. Like,
Hey,
What's your Hi, then I rope them up. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm,
All right.
I'm the only member
Hey.
of Scorched Waves whose name doesn't end with an N.
that's actually true.
Oh.
Wow.
And
Okay.
Damien.
So let's go through the members real quick. There's
Yeah.
5 of you in the
Who's not
band.
with us.
So
Who's not with?
our keyboardist Jaron is not here today. He's at work.
Okay.
Our bass player Finn is not here today. He's at work. And our drummer Damien is not here today. He's at work.
Okay.
So
Somebody's got to support.
But
the
you
band.
guys,
we're here.
that's awesome. Appreciate it. Appreciate you coming in. We love these in live stuff. So let's get into how you met. So I guess assumed all your high school buddies, but apparently not, huh? So how did you met? So you're a founding member
I'm a founding member. So
in
How-
Stevens Point.
Many eons ago in the dark ages of 2017.
Oh, okay. We're going.
I was like 14 at like a
Oh, wow.
local guitar store,
Okay.
and I was just dicking around with the guitar, and I wasn't that good. I'm still not that good, but I meet this little 11-year-old kid who's like, "Hey man, can you help me turn this drum set on?" I was like, "Sure." I turned it on. He was like the best drummer I'd ever seen.
Oh shit.
That ended up being our drummer Damien, and that's
How do
how
you turn a drum set on.
it was an electric. drum
Okay,
set,
I'm
so-
like, there's no switch on a drum
You
set.
don't
There was-
know how to turn anything on. do
Unless
you?
they want.
the story is not fabricated, but no.
Hey, that's why I'm divorced. Anyways,
Anyway, but
Yes, and single.
Yeah. So anyway,
Hey, hit them up, ladies.
but
Wingman.
Yeah,
Well, I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah.
so Damien and I start playing together,
Okay.
and just through some trial and error members, we'll call them. We meet our bassist Finn, and through Finn we get Jaren, and through Jaren we get Tiernan.
Jaren's
Oh.
girlfriend.
But
I was in orchestra, and
you
his
could have worded
girlfriend,
that better.
ex-girlfriend, whatever. At the time,
That fixed it. That fixed
Hey.
everything.
hey, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Water
She-
under the bridge.
She turned to me and she was like, "Hey, you're a little choir boy. My boyfriend's band needs a new singer. You should
Okay.
join." And then one Sunday, it was a
I
Sunday,
already kind of knew you because we met the year before. We met sophomore year, I think,
through
through
my
through your
ex-girlfriend.
ex-girlfriend.
And
And then
X's here ends your first album, right? It seems like a lot of breakup songs in your first album.
you think so?
I'm asking. I told to me on the outside looking in.
So
That's-
the first,
I mean, obviously high school is.
I would say there's way more breakup songs on the new album.
yeah, no,
be honest.
that's true. If we want to
You hide 'em
analyze
better.
it,
You hide 'em by hide 'em better.
our first EP, which no longer exists, thank God,
Oh.
is like
Yeah.
the very early. After we released this last album, we were like, we're purging this from the
Okay.
internet.
Did you really? It's out-
Yes,
We did.
yes.
Saw
I think
it.
it's on
I
SoundCloud.
saw it
It's on
somewhere.
SoundCloud.
I
I
did
was
see
gonna say, I didn't think
somewhere.
it was possible to purge anything from the internet once
It's
it's there.
there.
Nah,
We'll find it.
someone's got it. It's
We'll
gonna
find
it's gonna pop up.
Probably
On,
still on like YouTube.
it's gonna pop up on like a Reddit thread someday. It's like, guys, I found it.
If we,
So you're at Stevens Point
I'm in Stevens
at this point, and you're where?
I'm
In Appleton?
also in Stevens.
Oh, you are.
at this time.
Oh, okay.
It was weird. So born and raised Appleton,
Yeah.
and then started going to school in Point because my mom started teaching at the high school.
Oh, okay.
And so then I was waking up at 4 a.m. to drive to Stevens Point every morning to get to school by 7. And then moved there for a couple years until I graduated. And then stayed for a year after I graduated because we graduated during the
Oh, you're a 2020 class?
Yeah.
we're in class of
Oh,
20.
So
shit.
we graduated basically.
We get to walk
But
through
yeah.
a parking lot with a bunch
Nice.
of hazmat suits and
All 6 feet apart from each other.
Yeah. I remember because
they had us pull up in cars actually,
We
like
did.
at set designated like
The
appointment.
diploma, you just threw it in your window and.
They just kind
it
of
was like last names A through Black come through at this time. Like
Nice,
M
nice.
through Black come through at this time. But yeah,
That's awesome.
it was
Surreal.
it was something.
unfortunate.
It's all right. We're
So
past
I-
that now. We're past
So did you play any gigs, live gigs before he joined?
a couple. We had a different singer before he
Yeah,
joined.
with a different singer.
I remember stressing during like Christmas of 2018 because he was just kind of being flaky and then ended up leaving.
Okay, let's get to dirt. Did you kick him out? Did he leave? Whatever. I hear flaking. Or you just said,
He
we got a better one. Let's get rid of him.
He left.
All right.
We were like, why? But then like after that, he was just like, I'm coming back. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. And I'm like, okay, you're out.
Then we're done.
We're done.
All right,
We're done.
all
We're
right.
not doing that. So I'm stressing over Christmas of 2018. Fast forward January 2019. Someone's like, it was Kate, Jaren's ex-girlfriend, is like, hey, Tiernan. I'm like, sure, let's try him.
Let's give it a whirl.
So
But that is
Sunday
smart. Hey, you're in
evening.
choir. Let's check it out. Were
Yeah.
you in show choir at all?
I was in the show choir, the choir. They don't really have like a distinct difference. They
No?
have like
Okay.
a show choir unit.
Gotcha.
So like I was in choir and the jazz choir. I was
Okay.
Okay, there you
I
go.
did a lot of jazz.
So, and I also had, because back, my son had a band in high school, and my son was sick of singing because he played guitar, and then he's like, swing choir, they got pizzazz and they can sing. So they went
Right.
to there and they just picked the
Mhm.
guy out, and then he was there. He asked them
Oh,
to do
okay.
the same thing. They asked, and they did a band through high school and stuff like that. But yeah, it was funny that same way of recruiting a lead
Yeah.
singer.
Oh, choose a choir boy. He's gonna be a great
Yeah.
front man.
Well,
So I went to swing choir. So you can do that.
I
You know.
remember how it went.
Jazz
Like,
hands.
You do a lot of this on stage?
Actually, yes.
you guys kinda
It's
do
all
something.
hand movements because I
You do this one
can't.
a lot. You do this a lot.
I'm
You do
I trip over
This
an
one,
amp, a cord, a mic stand,
My
something
cord.
every show without fail. I can't stand. I
Okay.
apparently don't function.
You ever
on
think
2
about a
feet.
stool?
Yeah, but then I'd
knock
be
that over too.
He would. Yeah. And you guys don't have a lot of slow songs to just sit there.
Right.
No,
I
no,
mean,
No.
that's the thing. I mean, I can't wait to come see you live, and I wanted to
Hell
for
yeah.
sure because
Love to
listening
see
to
you
your
live.
album, it's constant. Every song is upbeat.
It's better live. It's
Isn't
definitely
all
better.
music better live though? I mean, oh, you're like
I
no.
don't know, man. I think they all
There's a couple artists. There's a couple artists that I've heard are like just don't listen to them live. But those are like big musicians that just auto tune the fuck out of everything.
Or like my favorite band of all time, Motley Crue. They're terrible live.
Well, now
That was
No, they always were.
I don't know, man.
Vince could never
here's the thing.
sing.
My dad raised me on Crew, right?
Oh, really?
I'm standing with Mick.
What?
By the way,
I don't blame you.
I
I don't blame-
stand with Mick.
I
but
don't blame you.
what was
Nice.
I would
Nice.
I would say to some degree that they weren't always that bad. Like if you look at like early 2000s when they were doing that Carnival of Sins thing,
Yeah, yeah.
Vince actually sounded pretty good for the first.
Is that like
time.
when you saw him for the first time?
That was like I believe I was dropped off at my grandma's so my parents could go to that concert.
I saw
the
this.
summer?
I
What
saw
was
that
the
show 3
summer when
times.
we just watched The Dirt like on repeat?
That was like 2000. I think that was the summer you joined. I think.
No, because it wasn't even out then, was it?
Sure it was. I'm sure.
No, that's a pandemic movie, I think.
Is it?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it was during the pandemic when
Okay.
I was coming
Maybe.
over and we were just live streaming everything.
Fernando.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's our producer.
Can someone comment? if
Yeah,
that's true?
check it
Not
out.
our fake
Fernando.
producer.
Someone comment the year the dirt came out.
Oh,
He's real.
Same with the girls in our hot tub on
yeah,
our
yeah,
porch.
yeah. They're out
Keep
there.
splashing,
There's
keep
definitely a porch
splashing.
and a hot
We'll
tub.
be
Thank
there in a
you.
minute.
Thank you.
Oh,
We appreciate that. See, we told you.
So how did it feel first time you guys played together?
Well, it was really.
Strange guy comes in.
Well, it wasn't that strange. I knew of
Okay.
him.
Sure,
we,
sure,
we-
sure.
we were definitely
was-
acquainted, but I was like 16 probably at that time. So like I go to pick him up with like my mom, not
Obviously.
too far from my house. We auditioned him with like I think it was
It was holiday.
"Holiday" by Green Day. Was the
Ah,
song.
that makes sense.
Was the song.
It
So
was
this is easy
me,
to learn,
you,
right?
And was Finn
Well,
there?
it was hilarious because I was on guitar, Finn was playing bass, and for some reason Jaron insisted on drumming. Jaron's not a drummer. You had no reason to think we were good. at that. Because as far as you were concerned,
This
at
was
that
the
point,
only
Jaron was the
experience
drummer.
I had with like any band or
Like,
anything
sure.
like that.
But-
at the
Okay.
time.
So at any point was it like we'll just sing ourselves or like
I
no,
think-
we need a lead singer?
Oh, I think the point that I knew that this was gonna work is when we did another Green Day song, "Basket Case," which everyone
Mhm.
knows "Basket Case,"
Oh yeah.
and like it was a song we did with our old singer, so I already knew the backing part, and Tiernan didn't know I sang, so he sang. Was singing. Sometimes my mind plays tricks on me, and you looked at me and went,
It
"What I
was
did?"
cool. It was cool to have like an
Feel it.
actual, yeah.
Yeah. it was-
Okay.
That was kind of what I knew was like gonna work.
That's
I
cool.
think.
I've told them before, I can't like without the band backing me up, I don't know if I would sing just because it's like
Like acapella? You don't want to do that?
not really, no. It's so much more intense and there's a lot more like to it when you have a group of people behind you.
I'd
like,
imagine, yeah.
I don't know, strength in numbers.
Yeah,
type
you
of
got your
mentality.
soldiers, right?
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Going into war was. Do you guys ever do like acoustic shows, just like the two of you?
Two
Or
of us,
yeah.
okay, so that
once in a while.
yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
If we ever find a place to do acoustic shows.
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought-
Boy, yeah,
that's like the place we like breweries. and stuff
yeah,
like
there's
where
got to
we
be
can
some
pull up
around
with
here.
that.
But that's a different story. Yeah, that's cool. That's got to be around. They had to get going there.
Yeah.
Get out there and move it.
Damn it. You
So
could-
before any further happened, and I want to then give them a little shit and move on. But so the reason we know you guys, or we're getting to know you, and I
Yeah.
appreciate it, is I know your dad.
Yeah.
For years, I knew him, met him through Billy, is where I
Oh,
met him.
okay.
So I work with Bill, so I met him through Bill,
That
and
makes
he
sense.
came up to our. We had a ski weekend, and that's when first time I met him. So. So the yearly ski thing, and then we just hung out, and so I've known him for a lot of years.
I've heard some ski trips.
Yeah,
stories.
so there's a lot of stories that I won't share with your son quite yet. I know he's an adult, but you're safe for a little bit. They got to come out with Bill around. So anyway, yeah, so that's how we know him. Glad to meet him, and I don't want to talk about your dad anymore. Sorry, Dean. Done talking about.
Yeah, I
it.
don't
My
know
dad.
your dad, so
Oh,
I know Bill. I went to high school with Bill, so I know Bill, but I don't think I've ever met your dad.
Lucky for you.
If I
Yeah.
have, it was in passing.
You'll be all right.
Yeah.
And actually, but your dad worked by me for a little bit.
Oh, okay. We're at.
Multicolored Corporation. We used to be WS Packaging. And
Oh.
when he was a press operator for a
He used
brief
to
minute.
He used to bring home stickers all the time.
That is it. That's where I work with him. But
And that's why you got fired. Well,
but he-
never mind.
yeah. But he did. He worked there for a little bit, so that's cool. So
Hi,
anyway, he's
hi,
a guy.
Dad.
We love you. Yeah,
Hi, Dean.
we appreciate you
Hi.
hooking us up, chit chatting, and go from there. We had a good time. So, and I know your mom. So enough of the parents. I don't know your parents. Your parents come to all the shows,
They try to as many as they can now, because
like the whole band.
well, back in the day, they were like driving us to shows because
Yeah.
we were like still like teenagers. But as of
Remember the
recently,
band for equipment.
we have our own band
Yeah.
that we bought. So
Oh, you bought your own band?
we
Yeah,
got our
we've gone on tour.
Yeah.
We went on our first tour last year,
That
and
was
we're
a lot
booking
of fun.
another one this year. So like,
Let's
when
get into
you're
that
going-
because you guys are. Yeah, I looked at your thing. You got a lot of shows coming up. It's
Oh, yeah.
taking off. That's amazing.
very
That's
exciting.
awesome.
Mhm.
some pretty nice venues too.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
proud.
right. You were just in Minneapolis. Legendary.
7th Street entry, first act. That was a
Man.
fantastic show.
That's a rad venue.
That was,
Oh, yeah.
that was a good spot.
Yeah.
No,
How-
I wouldn't shut up because there was Prince shit everywhere.
Yeah.
Like,
Did you
that's
get
like-
to see the motorcycle?
I got to see the motorcycle.
Oh,
I got a picture of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, if I may, I'm gonna pull up a picture.
Yeah,
from
absolutely.
from backstage
Mm.
at First Avenue, 7th Street entry.
It's kind of cool though.
This
sitting down
is-
there and-
Oh, I've never
This
seen
right
that.
here is Prince's parking
Oh, really?
spot
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
that no one is allowed to park in to this day. That is
Nice.
Wow.
Prince's parking spot. Can you
Nice.
see that? Maybe not.
Probably
Next
not.
to the
But yeah, I
Throw it
get
in
it.
there.
I get it. Honor
Yeah,
honor them.
that was pretty cool. And then we entered through like the main venue, which is like the big First
Yeah.
Avenue, and I'm like, the amount of bands that have played
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet.
Prince.
Legendary.
Prince,
Playing right
like,
there.
like the Purple Rain album release show was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you a big Prince fan?
I'm getting more into him as of lately.
You should have
sure.
you done
Yeah.
his tour at his house?
Not yet.
It's a cool tour.
He's more of a Michael Jackson guy.
I like Michael.
Love Michael.
Michael.
'Cause he's a great guitarist.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, Michael Jackson?
We're talking about guitar player. Prince is an amazing guitar player.
I was into Michael way before I was a guitar player.
Sure. All
So
right.
when did you pick up your guitar for the first time?
I want to say
Like 4 or 5, right?
I was like 6, and then
Oh, shit. Okay.
I learned like smoking on the water then, right? But
Everybody's first
Yeah,
song.
yeah.
Guys,
dude.
first song-
Hey, I don't play guitar, and I know.
it was hard to commit to because I was 6, so I didn't really seriously start playing until I was like 12,
Okay.
Sure.
and that's when I got into like Beatles, Zeppelin, stuff like that. So
Nice.
On your own, or is that a parent's influence?
that was on my own, surprisingly.
Okay.
Like I had kind of like my dad had raised me on sort of like 80s rock and stuff like that. So I just kind of branched before that, and after that just kind of discovered the whole world of all kinds of rock music out there.
We were talking to someone last night too. It's kind of the best thing in high school. That's where you get their music, right? I mean, your buddies are saying, "Hey, check out this band," and you're like, "Great!" Now I gotta kind of not really up them, but let me find something too, and then bring
Yeah.
that to the party.
Mhm.
And you're just sitting around listening to gathering music, and that's where you start learning what you
Yeah,
like, and then you get
outside.
older and you expand out on your own, you know.
Mhm.
and-
Right.
But
then you
everybody's still got that band that they loved in high school. That they
Yeah.
still love, you know.
That's Green Day for me.
Yeah.
Or the band in high school that they listen to and they go back and they're like, "Oh God, I can't believe I ever."
come-
There's that too, yeah.
There's that.
But I vote with my kids. They, you know, I play, and they're like,
Mhm.
nah, dad sucks, you know. But now they come back, they're older, you know, and they're like, I get in their car and like, yeah, you're playing who I used to like play back in the day, and like, yeah, we like them, you know. And
That's because no offense to you guys, there's not a lot of good music new anymore.
You gotta really look for it.
Yeah,
except for the
it's
local bands
it's
write their own
it's out
stuff.
there, but you gotta,
Yeah.
you
Let's
gotta
touch
kinda-
on that.
Well,
You
I'm
guys-
old. It's
you're
harder
not
and
a
harder
cover
to
band.
find.
No,
Let's put that out there.
Not
They're
at all.
not a
Oh,
cover
yeah,
band.
yeah,
That's I think that's the coolest part to me.
We
is that you're not a
we
cool-
sprinkle some of the crowd pleaser, like 2 or
You got
3 in the show,
You
but
gotta.
beyond that, you're gonna hear Scorched Waves on the Scorched Wave show.
Yeah.
And
So-
mild music, that's all you can play.
Yeah.
You're not
That's-
allowed without original
what
music.
to apply? We had to have like at least 2 hours of material, right?
Oh wow,
Something like that. I think
I think that's
Seth-
just to,
I think,
like-
I think that's the like confirm we can do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to make sure we could like fill a time slot that they need.
Well, yeah, I mean, you guys are a young band. You have 2 full-length albums, so that's, I mean,
Well, the first one was 12, 13.
Technically like 13 actual songs, I think.
Right, because
Yeah.
of the interlude.
Interlude,
thing.
yeah.
Like a little interludes on there. But
Back when you were younger, how did you get gigs? Who was doing that at the time when you were in high school?
trial and error, really. Like I do a lot of the booking now, but it took me a long time to really learn how to properly like network with people
To present yourself.
and understand how to do that. So like the first stuff we did like a whole year of like open mics and
Ooh.
stuff, or we did like battle of the bands and stuff. Like I think
Yep.
one of your first shows was on the Johnson Controls stage at
Yeah,
Summerfest.
we played.
Wait,
Yeah,
first shows?
One of the first
we
ones,
did.
yeah.
I remember you
a-
made that Summerfest. Your
Yeah.
dad posted it, so I saw it.
Yeah, it was the Rock Onsen competition. It was a 15-minute set on a
Okay.
Summerfest stage at like noon.
You like vomited profusely after the set. 'Cause
Not
It
profusely,
was
but
pretty
I
gross,
did
dude.
puke. All I had,
Yeah?
I was so nervous. The only things I had in my stomach was a blue slushie and one bowl of cereal
That Summerfest
from like
dinner, what?
4 or 5
Yeah.
hours earlier.
That's a great
We
puke right
get
there.
off the stage and just blue goop.
was
Yeah,
pretty- it was-
Hey, at least you waited until after the show. I mean, I
It's-
almost puked in a bucket last night during the podcast.
That's true. That's true.
You thought to find a sewer.
True, I did puke
Oh.
on like a sewer grate.
Oh, look at you. That's nice.
That's
I
responsible.
make
Very
it
All
a
the janitors not to clean it up.
one of my catchphrases that's untrue is I don't puke, I dry heave, which is disgusting.
I've never heard you say that.
I say that all the time.
I don't think you do.
I do. I will call
Fan
Faith
breaking up
right
tonight
now. and
over-
she
He
will-
probably hears it more than I do, obviously, because that's gross. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Hey, I've said it to Damien at least once or twice.
I'll believe that.
How are your nerves these days?
Better.
Yeah.
I'm always nervous. I'm just better at hiding them. And then once we're 1 or 2 songs in, it's like autopilot.
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think if the nerves ever go away, you're doing
don't
something
care.
wrong, right?
You don't care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the passion's gone.
Yeah. I
Do you
still get
ever-
nervous to do these every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I can tell.
That's fine.
Uh,
Why I got to get you a puke bucket.
Yeah, right.
No,
That's why I have every substance known to man.
totally different story.
there's always a weird minute or two, if not longer, that I'm just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
What
on
you got a
stage.
ritual before you go on? Either one of you?
Stretches, just kind of jump around a little bit, get the nerves out. Sort of.
Damien started doing push-ups.
Damien
before
started doing
shows.
push-ups.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like,
All right.
Get the blood flowing.
The drummer? Yeah, that makes sense.
he's-
Definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. He would. Yeah. You think they need to stretch? You know.
Yeah.
he's-
But
That's
that-
He says
You're-
he says it helps him play with his fingers, not his hands, if that makes sense.
Whatever works.
It actually does. A little more graceful
Yeah, yeah.
with the fingers, but your drum is a big part of the sound.
Oh,
I mean, a lot of it, and so
Damien single-handedly helped me gain respect for drumming as
okay.
as like an instrument.
Yeah.
Mm.
And this is still back when you said greatest drummer I saw when you turned his.
Oh
Machine
yeah,
up.
I mean, no, he could dust his 11-year-old self now for sure.
Oh,
He could.
absolutely,
Like,
yeah.
no, he's.
I hope so.
Well, it's funny because
Yeah.
like he's like he got a straight rock drummer for a long time, but he like last couple of years got really into like gospel music and stuff. So he's got those like church chops now, you know, like
Okay.
it's just like
All right.
I don't know, and he's into like Afro-Cuban stuff now
Okay.
too. So he's just got all kinds of rhythm in him now, and
Getting into like weird different time signatures and like
Yeah.
music theory stuff.
it's what I was always
That's
afraid of.
Yeah. Okay.
Different time
Our drummer's into
signatures.
music theory.
No shit.
Oh
I've seen you
god.
guys describe yourself or some as groove punk, which I thought was perfect.
Mhm,
Like,
yeah,
you-
that's kind of.
Yeah. So that makes sense.
It falls under like I guess just like a general indie rock, but that's like a good self description
Yeah,
of the sound.
yeah.
Is-
Or
is
like
groove
anyone
punk.
who's not very like you can slap alternative rock on like
On everything.
anything.
Right.
So anyone that's anyone that doesn't super nitpick or pay attention to their genres, you can just be like alternative rock.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Great.
That's what everything.
But isn't that critical? So now he's into that.
Mhm.
What about your writing process? Is he like trying to incorporate it in your new songs with his new stuff, which I would think
Like tastefully.
banned you? Yeah,
Like,
well,
tastefully,
obviously. Yeah,
but-
yeah. What
We have a song called "Because of You." That's kind of a straight rock song, but the bridge is sort of a sort of thing.
Yeah,
Like, it's
yeah.
got sort of this like
Mm,
samba-esque Latin beat. I
yeah, and
guess.
live it breaks down into like a big old drum solo for him, and
Oh,
that's
okay.
that's one of my favorite parts of our shows. Just it gives
I like that
oh,
part.
people love
Everybody loves the drum
Everybody
solo.
loves-
Everybody,
loves the drum solo.
surprisingly, everyone loves the drum solo.
Hell
Since
yeah.
Since
Always
the
have.
dawn of time, everybody loves the drum solo.
Take the guitar. No offense. Take the guitar solo out of the show. Give me another 20 minutes on the drums.
drum
I'll take it.
solo, guitar solo. I'll go to the bathroom.
Oh,
I don't.
But I grew up in the
I
era
love
where
guitar
they only played like the bottom couple of frets. So
Mhm.
every guitar solo was that super high pitched, whiny.
Mhm.
You know, you guys play up top now and use the whole guitar.
I do use the whole guitar.
It's
Yeah.
nice.
It's different now. Yeah. Wait. We're jumping all over. So I
You
don't
said
want.
something about the writing process.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna jump into something else, and I thought, no, let's go back to the writing process
Mm.
because you obviously when you first started, you obviously your songs progressed. It seems like a lot.
Yeah.
Your writing styles is getting more. I don't want to say mature, but you obviously are different.
Right.
So how has that been going with you guys? So what is your process different from before and now? And who's
I don't know that the process has
It's-
changed. It's just like we've just gotten better at writing. I don't know.
There's like two different ways we have done it and continue to do it. It's like we'll have an instrumental, and there's a lot of the times Tyler will be at practice and he'll just play like a cool riff, and I'll be like, "Whoa, is that a song?" And he's like, "No, I just kind of did this." And then like Damien will pitch in with like whatever drum beat
Okay.
he hears, and everyone builds onto it. And then I'm like, "Guys, just keep playing this for like the next 20 minutes. I promise I'll think of something for lyrics."
Okay.
And then
so
like
you write the lyrics?
not all of them, not all
Okay,
of them
okay.
whatsoever.
Sometimes I'll just like fully write a song and say Tiernan learn this, or like sometimes he'll just have words. I'm like, he's like, what music sounds like these words? I'll be like,
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. That's cool both ways. Yeah.
like notable songs we've written like with that sort of thing. Like I think where the band kind of came up with something and then you threw something on top was like Dreaming Eyes was a big one where we did that.
Dreaming Eyes was
That
the
was good.
chorus, and then I wrote, or no, did we have a full instrumental for that before I?
So I came up with the chorus chord progression at our Airbnb in Nashville on
Yeah, and then I
and
pulled something out of my ass while I was.
you sang the chorus. We were like, that's really cool. And then
Alright.
it's our one of our first practices after tour, and I'm like, let's work on that.
Yeah, and then we
And
kind of just figured it
Then
out as we
we
went.
wrote the rest that day.
That's cool.
Right,
Remember?
right.
Yeah.
So when you're touring like that, will you throw a song like that you're kind of in the middle of writing on and try and play it live? Or do you wait until it's finished?
We definitely wait till songs
Okay.
are finished. We'll
Okay.
play them.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Why not? Let's practice it. We're
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
good.
sometimes
Sounds
you're- yeah,
good.
you're-
But
Right. There was one time where we like freshly wrote a song, and then we practiced it once, and we're like, "Yeah, let's bring this to a competition," and it kind of flopped.
It didn't flop, but it ended up being one of my favorite songs on
It
the
is
album.
definitely one of
So
my favorite songs now.
Yeah.
Which
that
song?
is Loud Silence.
I do like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a good jam.
okay.
Yeah. I have been totally binging your music all day long. So
Well, we appreciate
yeah, yeah.
Well, you did say you were practicing pronunciation of names.
That too.
So,
That
like,
too. Yeah, yeah.
makes
yeah.
sense. Makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I listened a little previously when, but today I'm like, now that I know, I got to start to
Look, coming on.
really get
I'm
out.
like, dude, you're coming on. Let's listen. And he's like, listen to 12:30. I'm like, my job, I can't. Damn it.
I can't be a poser. I've got to.
Let's listen.
Well, my problem is I don't listen to enough music anymore. I'm always listening
That's
to podcasts now.
I kind of totally get that. Actually,
Yeah, it's like I just when I'm in my car, I'll throw music on, but when I'm at work, I'll have a podcast in my ear or whatever. So it's like I just don't listen to a lot of music anymore.
Well, sometimes podcasts are nice because it's just less noise. It's just
Yeah.
a droning talking that you can tune in and tune
Yeah.
out, and then like
Podcasts are the best, and everyone should go listen and subscribe to ours. Okay, so
Apple said.
so where if they want to listen to your music before we go any further, where was the best place to go get it? Where's the best place that you guys get compensated for it?
That's a
nowhere.
great
I think we've gotten like 10 cents on Spotify.
Well, that's what I mean. Spotify, I think, is shit. So that's what's the
Spotify,
other.
yeah. I mean, that's the best
Bandcamp
place.
better?
It's on Bandcamp. Yeah. Basically, anywhere you can think of music, it's there.
Yeah.
If you want to stream
True,
our
true.
music.
So that's what I kind of said.
But-
What if you don't get comp?
I don't- I
Best
don't
way,
know.
and if
I
you do,
think- I
share.
think pretty
share
much
with
The
your
best way you could go listen to our music and have us get compensated is come to a show.
Amen.
Mm.
Amen.
Yeah.
But
Do you have CDs at shows?
Yes.
we have CDs and shows.
Buy a
We
CD.
also have CDs available at Radio Chaos Records in Stevens Point if you want to get a physical copy.
That's cool.
So shout out to
CD?
Randy.
No vinyl?
I would love vinyl.
That would be cool.
eventually.
Kind of. We do a competition called Bitter Jester Music Festival. We won it last year,
Nice.
and
Where's
they
that out of?
have that's out of Highland Park, Illinois.
Oh, okay.
It's a
Amazing.
really, really great program. Check it out. Anyone listening, if they
any
feel
any
like
young
it.
bands who want a chance to
I make a
play.
job, but that's kind of big in Illinois. I mean, it's not like Joe Schmo's band's coming to show there. That's got to be a hell of competition.
It's
It is
all-
a competition, yeah.
It's what is it? The age limit is like 23.
22,
okay.
23.
So they want young.
Yeah, so
People
there
want
it's
them.
specifically built for like young bands to
Cool.
grow.
That's cool.
And it's like cash prize with a bunch of other alternative incentives and things like that. They
You get
did
feedback on your performance from actually industry professionals who come and judge you.
Oh,
I think
nice.
not
Nice.
last year, but the year before, whatever year that was, 2022.
Yeah.
We actually played at Madame Zuzu's.
Madam Zuzu's
Which
owned
is-
by Billy Corgan of the Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah, so
Oh,
Billy
nice.
Corgan watched us play, and that was cool.
He did pop in briefly. I saw
Yes.
him.
Oh,
I saw
wow.
him there.
Okay.
He was
Yeah,
around.
everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but they the Bitter Jester Music Festival has a best of vinyl, and we have a song on there. They have 2 volumes now, so we've got 2 songs on vinyl.
And they're-
Nice.
And they're live versions, so they're different.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Well, that's cool too.
That's cool.
Back
What
where
are
you
they?
said,
It's
live
Worth the
music
Wait
festival.
and
Worth the Wait's on volume 1, and Because of You is coming out on volume 2.
So as of right now, Worth the Wait is my favorite song right now.
That's my favorite song too.
Yeah?
I'm
I like
not
that
I'm
song.
not fully surprised by that, honestly. Worth the Wait is a well, no, I'm just saying
It's a crowd favorite.
it
Is it
is.
really?
Yes,
It's
yes.
my favorite.
Oh,
we-
okay.
We do this really
I didn't
sick.
wait for to take that.
That-
No, I didn't mean that as an
Yeah.
insult whatsoever.
You
It's his
would
song. Why are we gonna?
You would like that one.
You-
You pompous ass. I don't know.
We wrote that one together.
we did.
I wrote
Okay.
pre-choruses and choruses, and then Tyler was like, "Hey, I've got verses," and I was like, "Oh shit, all right, sounds good."
Okay. All right.
We do this really neat transition live in from Because of You into Worth the Wait, and every time we do that transition, at least for people who have heard us before and like listen to our shows, they all just start screaming.
That's
It's
my
awesome.
favorite moment of the show. It happened at
Okay.
9th Street Entry the other day. A
A
lot of people there who I'd never seen before, but they knew our music, which was really cool.
That was
Oh, that is
surprising.
cool.
And then, so we do this transition from Because of You to Worth the Wait, and everyone just kind of goes like, when that happened, you know, they just didn't see it coming. And that's my probably my favorite part of the show is when we do that transition.
Oh, all right. Well, now I know. When I go to the next show, it'll be
Let's see the reaction to my favorite song. Let's see if I can.
all right.
I love Girls.
Really? That checks out. That
I
makes
love
sense.
it.
We wrote that.
Huron dimples in the beard.
See, now I want to know why he means that checks out. What does that mean?
They're judging us. You told me your favorite band is Motley Crue.
There you go.
Yeah.
And that honestly, to some degree, musically is kind of a parody of
Sure.
that era of music.
Sure.
To some
Yeah.
degree.
Yeah.
We wrote that. Can I?
Listen.
Can
Yeah.
we tell, can we
Yeah.
tell the story?
Yeah, you can.
So
Absolutely.
We went to
Groundbreaking.
the mall for my not my at the time friend, now girlfriend's birthday, and he came with us, so it was just us 3 all hanging out. We drove back to Point.
Tyler
and
looks a
his-
little uncomfortable.
I love it. I love it.
I'm not gonna like preface this with anything.
We can.
Faith and I sat in a Walgreens parking lot across the street and watched him break up with his girlfriend in her driveway. And then we went to his
It
house
was
and
a
wrote Girls.
mutual breakup.
It was a mutual breakup. It was. But then we went to his house and wrote Girls.
Nice.
I love it.
Out a while ago.
Yeah, that's on the first album, right? Or the
Yeah.
first full length album.
First one.
And I'm pretty sure we played it live for at least 2 years before that album
we
was
just
out.
Oh, yeah.
live for the first time in a while the other night.
Oh yeah. We had a
Okay.
longer show.
On Point Music Festival. We dabble in. We don't play the stuff from the first album as much
Okay.
because like
Yeah.
it's funny because like technically you should, but the new album has surpassed the amount of streams that the first album has in this month that it's been out than that album has in 2 years.
Oh, really?
Sure.
So it's just
Yeah.
now I know what we should be playing.
Right. Play to the play
Yeah.
play what they want to hear. Give them what they give the
really
people what they want.
enjoy some of the album songs. The first one, it's almost just that we are different people then, and
Right.
it's almost cringy for me to play some of that,
Right.
some of the other songs. Like I turned to Tyler and I was like, "Hey, can we just fucking skip this one?"
Yeah.
And he was like, we gotta fill time."
I'll
And I was
sneak
like,
them in once in a while.
Yeah.
But
You got any one of the old songs that are like your baby that you're just like, I love this one so much. You know what I mean? Like,
Never gonna let it go.
you know, there's a lot of them I still really like.
Yeah.
Like there's a song called "Help Us" from way back then. I still like a lot. I think "Girls" is still one of those for me.
Yeah.
I like that one. It makes me laugh.
yeah,
"Girls," is a very
that's a fun song.
That brings back great memories.
Yeah, it was a good time for sure.
I thought it was a fun day.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure you had a great time.
I was eating froyo in the car.
No, don't turn the channel.
Yeah.
You know, we're watching. We're
right,
watching.
That was,
Tell us the truth. Was he crying?
No,
Oh, okay.
you
did I might have. I don't know.
you had like it was like a singular manly
It was a single.
There
I sat
there
there,
you
my
go.
chest puffed out, and I was shaking a little bit. I'm fine, Tiernan. Let's go write a song.
But look at this. True
I need to get my
gentleman.
emotionals out.
True gentleman broke up with her face to face, not over text.
True.
Not even
I
that.
don't know
Good
that I
point,
went
good
over
point.
there. I don't know that I went over there with intention.
Oh, okay.
That's
No,
the
no,
thing.
Just kind of morphed in.
I don't believe I just I think it was more to talk to her about something that I wasn't very happy about.
and then it was like I can't deal with
And
this.
then it was like, okay, let's see.
I'm so sick of the shit.
I don't know. I think okay. She was like, maybe we can break it. I'm like, okay. I believe it's how it went.
Getting into the nitty gritty details.
I believe I called it.
Well, there's times that if you need therapy, we're here to talk. You can let it out. Let me know your feelings with a little bit of therapy.
I'm
That's fine.
sorry this turned into your girl
My
problem.
thoughts. Shit happens.
Absolutely.
That'll be the next song. All right.
Shit happens 5 years ago. No, that was 5 years ago. I don't give a shit.
True.
Have there been any building off that? Any of the original songs that they're like, yeah, back in the day were different ways, but boy, let's change it up and make it a new song.
We actually recently did that because we had a longer set for this thing called On Point Music Festival that we played the other day. So okay, we're like, how can we bring those old songs to new standards?
Yeah.
So we kind of gave them new live arrangements and stuff.
words musically, or do the words stay the same?
They stay
Yeah.
the same usually, but
Okay.
musically they kind of get updated a bit.
As
we
you
really,
advance, you advance.
we really only practiced it like once or twice. So I'm not even during the performance. I was like, let me just try and change this melody, and I reverted back to the original melody. I was like, fuck. Trying to freestyle this did
I
not.
thought it
work.
was good.
No, it was good. I'm not
But-
saying it was bad. I'm saying I fucked up.
And what are you gonna do? But that's why you play live. So and I don't know about anybody, but I hate it when people are like, I went to this live show and they messed up, or it doesn't sound like the original record. That's why I go to live shows, so it's
Right.
different than record. And if you fuck something up, I don't give a shit.
That's the beauty of
That's
it.
the beauty
That's
of
where the
it.
magic happens.
I'd say 90% of the time, most people don't even know when you fuck up if you just,
Right. And they don't.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know.
Unless they're fellow musicians or something and really
Right.
know what they're no music theory, or I don't know when a band fucks up.
Half the time you don't, but
No.
yeah, I remember years ago I was at the Who and they were singing along and I was like,
I'm
wait,
jealous about that.
this is weird. And all of a sudden Roger goes, shh, stop. Yeah, I just totally fucked that up. He goes, all right, let's just start this thing over again. I'm like, that's the greatest thing ever. Because he was like, or you just skip ahead and move on to the next song. And he's like, no, these people deserved from the beginning better. And then
No.
they started over. So yeah, it was.
Sometimes it makes fun stories, actually. though.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, I heard that, and that was great. And long story short, it was that year you could buy bootleg, like you could buy every show, and I went and bought that one just so I could continue to hear that CD of
Right.
him saying that.
Yeah.
And I brought my son to the first Who song or
Oh.
concert, so it was special for me. It was that poster right there with Robert Plant.
No, I saw that genuinely. And
If you can find it
Jealous.
amongst the posters.
It says the Who poster on
All right, so they are my favorite band ever. If you haven't noticed,
Who?
and that's my biggest favorite band. Who is your go-to band?
Okay, so I am I am no offense. I'm like tempted to say the Beatles, to be honest, but I would say like
There's no wrong
in
answers
terms
here.
of like current favorites. Arctic Monkeys are a big one for me right now. probably where we get a lot of our sound from. I would say
Okay.
is our work goes in, but in terms of like, just like who I think is the greatest band of all time, it's Beatles for me.
Sure.
Okay.
I
Sure.
think, but
And that-
in terms of where I get most inspiration from, probably Arctic Monkeys, right?
Okay.
For me.
All right.
Makes sense. That's an impossible question for me to answer. I listen to a lot of different genres and a lot of different people.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, listing off the first few that came to my mind, Fair to Midland, which was like a prog metal band from 2011. I've been listening to Sleep Token a lot lately. If anyone listens to like, what do they call that shit?
Alternative rock.
Asking me.
No, fucking
Indie alternative.
no, it's metal, but
I
it's what do they call it? Baby making metal. That's the phrase that TikTok gave it.
Wow.
Baby making metal is the TikTok
I've
phrase.
never felt older.
Yeah.
Kidding.
I don't know what any of this.
Look,
I don't know what any of this shit
That
is.
old?
Thanks. Appreciate it.
He said, you don't look
That old.
that old.
I know. I heard it. I heard it.
I'm just giving you shit. I'm just
No,
giving you
you're
shit.
good.
No, Fair to Midland, Sleep Token, and then on the opposite end of the spectrum, like Chili Peppers, Iron and Wine.
Nice.
No, again,
What about you guys?
what does it
We-
inspire you?
You're the Who, you're Motley Crue. I remember. Now, I'm listening.
Well, Motley Crue is my favorite
Pretending to listen.
from my childhood. You know, I'm a big Dave Matthews fan. So
Really?
yeah.
Shocking.
And Elvis. Love Elvis.
Elvis is.
I got to
Elvis is
see
pretty sweet.
his mansion. That was really
You went to
good.
Graceland?
Yeah, I was in
Yeah.
I was in the Appleton Boy Choir, and we went to Memphis and got to tour Graceland. It was a super fucking cool tour.
Cool, isn't it?
Oh,
I
it
mean,
was
it's
awesome.
it's touristy and gaudy, but it's awesome being there.
Oh yeah, well, very touristy.
Maybe
They
they'll let you
had like a
upstairs
bus
someday.
that
Yeah,
drove around
but it-
like
I love that shit.
You don't get to
Maybe
see
they'll
the
let you
toilet.
upstairs.
I've been to
someday.
great. I love
someday.
it.
It's just like Prince's house. You don't get to see the toilet
No.
he died on.
Yeah.
They don't show it to you.
Yeah, no, figured not.
You'd think that'd be the highlight of
Like,
the tour.
Prince died on a plane, didn't he?
I think
Who?
Prince overdosed.
Yeah,
In
but
his
wasn't he-
elevator. He died in his elevator.
Oh, his elevator. Who was on a plane when they overdosed?
His elevator?
I
Yeah.
think so in his
He had an
house.
elevator in his house.
Yeah.
That's fucking
It's a
dope.
weird place to.
Yeah.
Well, it is until you die in it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Wait,
That's
how,
what I heard.
How many stories are in his house for him to need an
There's
elevator?
only two. Because it happened there, didn't it? At the house that's in Minneapolis. There's only two.
Wait,
stories.
then why the fuck does he need an elevator? Never mind.
Because he had the money.
Why
If I could put an
not?
elevator in here, I would put one in it. But you know,
When you're
why-
that rich,
do I
it's not
need
about
it?
what you
Yeah,
need.
it's like,
True.
It
It's
was
about what
probably-
makes you feel great.
Yeah, it's
Gold
what you want.
plated, bro, you know.
he ate anything. It was.
It was fucking
Narcan,
Prince. So back to
right?
that. Have you ever watched Prince play guitar and his solos?
Oh yeah, there's like one of my favorite videos is like I think it was the George Harrison induction to the Rock and Roll Hall of
Yeah.
Fame when it wasn't planned. I believe it was that morning during sound check. Like someone walks up to Tom Petty and says,
With Patty and
"Prince is
Cass.
playing with yours." He's like, "What the fuck? Why?" So everyone gets intimidated, even though all of these people on stage have all the more experience than Prince
Amazing,
probably at
yeah.
this point. It's freaking it's Jeff Lynne, it's Tom Petty, it's Danny Harrison, George's son, and then
Okay.
like Prince just comes and does this legendary guitar solo,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
But like he just shows up, plays, and then leaves again. You're like,
He-
you want to go
he-
say good job, Prince, and he's already gone. You know, it's like
exactly.
Dude's got other things to do.
Yeah.
I
no.
do that day apparently, but
he's got great stories. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I love watching him play.
Yeah, he's a
it's-
really
it's
great
crazy
guitar
how he
player.
plays. Is that who was your
my guitar hero probably I don't know. I'm tempted to say like George Harrison.
okay?
Beatles, George
All right.
Harrison, I like a lot. A weird one, Dan Arbach from the Black Keys. I really like his
Oh,
his,
sure.
his
Okay.
style.
That
He's
was the first song you guys had me learn. was
Lonely Boy by the
Lonely
Black
Boy.
Oh, okay.
Keys, which we still play
I mean,
occasionally.
Who would you say his style is most like?
That's a great question. And I honestly have I've never thought about it.
Okay.
Um,
and I just because if I asked him, he would tell me George Harrison. But you know what?
I think-
Right.
I think my style is most like probably Alex Turner and Jamie Cook from Arctic Monkeys, probably.
Okay.
But as of recently, for some reason, I'm finding myself playing a little funkier, and I think that's coming from Michael Jackson's guitar player David Williams. So
I'm impressed you know his name. I
The-
never have known
It's
that.
like Billie Jean,
Yeah.
those guitar lines. That's David.
Okay.
Cool fucking guy.
Yeah.
He played
What's the
some-
greatest stripper song ever?
Shit, I don't know.
And
You
I'm
do if you
hoping
like Michael Jackson.
you should know this.
Damn, I don't know. What do you think it is?
Dirty Diana.
Oh, duh. Yeah, I didn't even.
That's
think of
not
that.
an opinion. That's a fact.
Yeah,
That's
that
a
is a fact.
Believe
No,
me.
that's-
I'm
that's-
assuming it's, what did you say again? Is his guitar? I don't know. He did a great job.
That
but
might.
it's the
That,
greatest.
I don't know.
We know enough
You
about
can be
strip
on
joints
that.
to know that that's a fact.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that's fair. I'll take that. That makes perfect sense.
We'll take the
You may know
professional
more
opinion.
about music. We'll take the strip joint
Fair
question. All
enough.
right.
But
Hey.
to go.
The two most common questions ever asked: strip joint questions, music questions. You know, we've got it all covered.
We do. And we did a live in a strip joint about a month ago
Nice.
Oh hell yeah!
up in Wausau.
For his
We-
60th birthday.
Whoa!
Damn.
Oh, that was a joke. Got it. Okay.
But you're like, but I can see it.
No, I was genuinely like, you
No.
don't look.
He's gonna hit him with the.
60
You don't
now.
look.
So
Did
You
even
don't
notice-
look that old.
Did you even notice that I put that in the description for that episode?
Wow.
we did go there with Wausau. Lickety Splits. Thank you for letting us come in. We were there. We stripped.
We stripped?
We
You stripped?
talked to a
You put a
stripper.
show?
Were you guys the headliners that day?
Yeah.
We were on the stage.
That's
We
pretty
did get
awesome.
on the stage.
They
The
did
picture.
play Dirty Dining.
Oh, that's the greatest song.
Yeah.
But I'm
That's good.
57,
That's good.
not
Hmm.
60 yet. So back off.
Close enough.
Got it.
What I'm gonna flip it. What do you think his style of singing is closest to?
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, a lot of times, especially recently, he's got this kind of natural gravel in his voice.
I've been
Okay.
As he's
Yeah.
Yeah.
channeling a lot of Dave Grohl, I think.
I am so
Channeling-
honored by that.
Channeling a
guys.
lot of Dave Grohl to me.
I do
Okay.
love the songs where the edge comes up. That
Yeah,
yeah.
I appreciate that a lot, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
So would that have been your answer, kind of? if you-
I kind of just
Okay.
because Dave Grohl is where I took a lot of my like gravelly inspiration from,
Yeah.
and then like the cleaner lyrics. I guess my big thing is I've always been like, I feel like I don't have a unique style. I just kind of sing and whatever comes out. You know, it's like what sounds good here.
Well, whatever you're doing, it's working.
Yeah.
So
Kind of, yeah. I'm still here, so
yeah, I mean, if the new album is doing that well, and I mean, it's working.
Nah, some of his best vocals, I think, are on that album. Truthfully, I think you
Okay.
absolutely smashed it out of the park on that. I know you don't
I
think
really
so.
no. I'm
Like-
saying I really hope so because I mean I used to barely be able to do Lonely Boy.
Yeah.
I couldn't even
Now
hit,
that's
couldn't
like
hit
right
the
in your
notes.
like cushy range, probably. That's like a super comfortable song for
It's
you now.
like it's butter. It's so
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
All right. What do you do to expand your vocal? I don't know how that works. You're like, I want to. You just mentioned sing these lyrics clean. I want these gravelly. How do you?
So your
How do you
vocal
train your
cords are
vocals?
just a muscle. It's really just exercising them, and
Okay.
you could see how low you can go, see how high you can go, and just do scales every day, or just sing anything every day. I mean,
Is that your practice? Kind of singing notes? You do the.
oh, I don't do scales every day. Definitely not that, but I do singing every day. I at least like 10 minutes in my car, just
Well, I was gonna say,
That's
how many
singing
times have you
perfect.
gotten looks by just sitting in your car singing, and somebody looks over at you and you're.
I've
I'm a
definitely
professional, all right.
I definitely have
This
people
guy, this is
staring
my
at me
job.
funny while
Yeah.
pulled up at a red light, just like screaming my head off. And they're like,
I'm working.
Right. It's a mobile office.
this is my I was about to say this is my office
Right,
space. Leave me
right.
alone.
Let's get some dirt. You guys went on tour
Yes.
last summer, 2023. Took a van all over.
Mhm.
There's got to be some tour stories. There's got to be some shenanigans.
Shenanigans. What a
Love that
great
word.
word.
Nothing
Is that one of the greatest?
The toilet breaking.
So we were in St.
Bam.
Louis, Missouri. We were playing a house show. So this is like
I-
a band's basement.
Okay.
We slept on the same floor we played on that night.
Oh, it was fucking disgusting.
A member,
Me and Damien and I are the only two that actually slept
I had a couch with a vent pointed at it. So
in the middle of the summer, like the hottest week.
it was 100
lucky
degrees.
ass.
Sounds like coverage of prima donna.
No, me and
Usually it's the
And
same.
usually it's there.
I slept on the floor almost every time.
See, because of that, me and Damien came up with a system. We're going to draw names every night.
And
on
I'm
tour.
still gonna sleep on the floor,
You know,
baby.
we're gonna draw names as to who gets to pick their shit first.
I get it. I
All
respect
right.
that. I
all
respect
right. All
that.
right.
But anyway, I don't remember the story. What happened? Like
So
one of our
Damien and I
members-
were sleeping on the
Toilet.
floor, And we kept hearing this noise and we were like, what the fuck is that? And we look in the hallway because there was a bathroom in the basement and there's just a fucking giant river of water headed directly to where Damien and I have our heads laying. So then we went towards like, we moved over and just
Let it go.
kind of cuddled with each other on the side. And it turns out that should he remain anonymous?
Nah.
Jaron fucked the toilet. Jaron, not literally,
Oh,
but
I'm
Jaron,
like, wait.
Jaron, like, he took a mean shit,
Ah.
broke that thing, blew that toilet out.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. And then it,
Other
Almost
horror stories.
soaked
got
me
ya.
and Damien.
Oh.
and it's not just water. It was shit water.
Oh, that was
Oh, yeah.
that was not good. Yeah.
Probably haven't been invited back to that house.
No.
This is St. Louis. I don't know if
Yeah. Yeah, we're playing
That's only
like
St.
we're
Louis.
playing at not someone's basement this next tour in St. Louis.
Back
Shout out
See?
to Wolf Pussy. We appreciate you.
Oh,
yeah, that's the venue's name.
up. Back up. Whoa.
That's the name of the venue. That's the name of the venue that
Wait, hold on. Say it again.
Wolf
Wolf pussy.
Pussy.
Okay, I had to make sure I heard that right.
Yeah, no, you did. No, I love those guys.
That's an interesting name for a venue.
That's what I said.
Yeah. What? Do we
Not
know-
a non-strip run venue.
Do we know why it's called Wolf Pussy?
No.
All right.
Furries.
I want to go to Wolf Pussy.
Oh,
That was
creepy. But
not actually. We don't know. Cannot
We don't know.
confirm or deny.
Yeah. I'm
wow.
trying to think of other tour stories because
It was a Waffle House at
we
2
went to Waffle House at 2 a.m. in Nashville. That was fun. Do you remember driving back in the van through the mountains of like the outskirts of Nashville during like a fucking like giant thunderstorm?
That was awful. It was my first time. Not my first time. It was like my second or third time driving in the van. And it's storming, visibility minuscule, and these guys are sitting behind me like, "Oh, you're so close to the edge! Watch out!"
Well, I remember there was two instances. The second instance was like Jaron was driving, and Finn was in the front seat asleep. Even though it's the scariest storm I've ever driven through in my life, and I don't remember what was playing, but Jaron wakes up and says, "Hey, Finn, can you change this song? This is really scary."
I must have been asleep. I'm not gonna
Oh,
lie.
you were driving.
No,
Oh,
he
okay.
said there's a second
Yeah.
instance. He said there was a second storm.
There was two. It was very rainy times in Nashville at this time, but no one did that. But people were using.
Okay.
Ah.
There was people using like
I think so.
Oh,
yeah, there's people using fentanyl in the bathroom of some house we played in Nashville, and it was a little
That's
That's
sketchy.
scary.
I didn't.
yeah, no, it was a little scary. No one
didn't-
saw anything.
I didn't see it.
We
so I don't
found
know
out
if
about
that's
it.
true. I don't know if that's
Heard.
true.
Allegedly,
So-
cannot confirm or deny.
Has anybody in your band on tour overdosed on
No.
nicotine?
Not this guy.
Like take too many.
You know what I'm
Don't
That's
believe
it.
so.
That's an inside jab because it's funny because he freaked out.
Do you?
He did last night. He overdosed. He had
I've never
to
in my
go-
life smoked a cigarette. Never.
Oh, and you smoked one?
No, they're these things, these Zins, that's all they're just nicotine packets.
Yeah.
And
I've seen.
I've seen like comedians and shit using them. So I'm like, we were in Chicago. I'm like, fuck it, I want to get some. So I got the 3 milligram and those were fine. Last night before the podcast, I stopped and I got the 6 milligram ones.
But they're behind you there because he doesn't want to be near him.
And I put one of those in, luckily, like an hour before the podcast, because I had to go lay down for a while. I was sweating.
Oh.
That's why I got him a puke bucket. We're on in 10 minutes, dude. Here's a puke bucket
Yeah.
just in case.
The first 10 minutes of the episode was rough.
Sorry, that was just a jab.
No. It's totally okay.
You all right there?
I have like as the youngins call it, Nick sick.
What is next? Is that a,
Overdosing on
nicotine?
I like it was a long time ago. I got a transparency. First time I hit a vape, I was 13.
oh, yeah.
Hi, Dean, watching this.
They
Shout out to Tiernan's parents.
my parents have found videos of me smoking pot on my cell phone.
That just means you're stupid.
That just means I am stupid.
My parents have seen it too. They're fine with it.
We've done episodes where we just talk. We literally did a 420 episode with
We released our album on 420.
Okay.
Yeah.
We went live and we smoked with a Playboy playmate, Ashley Hobbs, in
Oh.
Hawaii. We all smoked together.
You were in
420.
Hawaii?
No, we were here. She was in Hawaii.
Okay.
She's that beautiful blonde in the 2 pictures back there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm not a big pot. I don't smoke pot a lot. So when I do,
Oh no,
I'm out there.
I'm kind of a lightweight when it comes to
Yeah.
that. I fainted recently. I was at my brother's house and I like took a rip of a bowl and I didn't eat anything that day. And I went to stand up and was like, I think I need to like breathe for a second, and then fell right back over. It was interesting.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful if you're going to be messing around with any substance, no matter how tame or
Public service announcement.
yeah. Well, I just want people
Which
to
is
know
cool.
that I've made mistakes. I've learned from them. I know how to.
As have I.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, you guys have more
As
experience
have
than
I.
I do. So I mean, like, if you're gonna be messing with stuff, you need to figure out what you can and cannot handle.
And
And
if you're
stay
gonna
within
experiment,
those guidelines.
and if you're gonna experiment, the biggest thing is be around people that you're comfortable with.
Oh yeah, and safe with.
And if you do overdo or faint or something, you can trust who you're around. That's
Right.
the biggest.
You want to
Thing
tell
I'm-
them your famous tour bus story, tour van story?
I'm interested to hear.
So it's a great story.
So I'm, like I said, I'm 55, right?
Right.
57.
You were 55.
Oh, you're trying to cut it down now. Okay.
Well, at 55 was the first time I ever smoked pot.
Okay.
And I never did. We had Raylan Nelson, Willie Nelson's granddaughter, on
Oh hell yeah.
the podcast. We went and saw her live in Ohio.
Padcast.
Thank
That's
you.
very Wisconsin
Thank
of you.
Well,
Usually it's me calling them up for that.
Podcast.
That's what
Podcast.
that happens. I mix words and I mix
Podcast
letters
or no?
and sounds when I get drinking. So anyway, so we're out there. We see her live. She's like, "Come on backstage." So we go backstage. We're talking to her. We get into her tour van.
Yeah.
With the band, her and the band, and she pulls out
Some of Grandpa's weed.
Grandpa Willie's weed, and she's
Hell
like,
yeah.
"Let's pass it around." And we're in the back of the van, and I just turn. I'm like, "Can't pass this up. I can't pass up smoking
Willie
Nelson's weed with her granddaughter in a tour bus for the first time ever."
Mhm.
I fucking text all my kids. I'm like, Dad's getting high for the first time ever, and so they pass it around, and I smoked it. We get done, get out of the van, we go to the bar. In my head, I was having conversations. No words came out of my mouth for an hour.
His mouth is moving. He thinks he's talking. I tried to get him to go hit on ladies. And
He'll just walk up to him.
Yeah,
there's a video.
Stare.
Just be like,
We got a video of him as he's doing this, and I tell him to go hit on ladies, and a hot woman goes walking behind him, and he looks at her. He goes, "No."
so if you look right there, there's
That's
the night. That's her. That's her in the middle with the hat, and I smoked weed,
smoked weed
and
with
she
Willie
signed-
Nelson's granddaughter.
and
That's so cool.
that's the day we did it, and that's
Crazy that's a poster. We need a
I
poster for fans that toke with us. Not that would ever happen.
no, we get one for Jared. I clogged the toilet at Wolf.
at Wolf Pussy, yes.
But there you go. The main reason for telling you this story is to remember when we come see you backstage. Yeah, let us come back.
if there's a backstage,
All the
back of the band, band.
Backstage is a rare luxury at our level.
How do you get yourself booked at the Wolf Pussy? I mean,
You messaged
just
the
got-
Alpha Wolf.
You message the Alpha Wolf.
I regret saying that.
Ultimately, it just comes down to like,
perfect answer.
now you message like one band, they'll be like, this band has a house, this band knows these people. We ended up at Wolf Pussy.
I want to be there someday.
Is there kind of a network like that of like
Oh, yeah.
independent bands where you guys kind of
Oh, okay.
It's like
Okay.
it's
We're
bands
experienced.
bands
house
at
show.
bands at our level
yeah.
can pretty much immediately have a relationship with any band anywhere at the same level.
Okay.
There's a really nice networking.
There's no like
level there.
there's no like that competition where you're like, I'm not gonna tell these guys where to go play. I don't want them to.
No, everyone's very helpful.
That's cool.
It's actually
Oh,
it's
that's good to
actually
hear.
really funny that like because I know back in the day it wasn't always like that.
Yeah.
No, like
No.
bands in like the 80s hated each other. Like
I think the big thing is like it's simultaneously much easier to get noticed nowadays because of how like free information is and like how easy it is to get access to the internet and everything. But the industry is so much bigger that like
Mhm.
you can get noticed, but it's hard to be heard. If that makes
It
sense.
does.
A lot,
So
It does.
everyone's
Absolutely,
very
absolutely.
much looking
Yeah.
out for each other
a
and
lot of
trying
bands
to collab and
realize that by playing shows together, you all gain
Mhm.
That's
something.
true.
So like when we're
We-
when we're on tour, it's usually a case what if we're playing in like for example, this fall we're going to be playing in Philadelphia for the first time.
Wow.
So we're going to be playing in the middle of an all local bill. So like we're kind of sandwiched between these locals, which kind of forces the people who've never seen us before to see this new band.
Perfect.
And that's just kind of how DIY touring works
That's
at,
cool.
at this stage.
God, I wish
Or, like-
podcasters were this cool.
No shit.
But, like another decent example is there's a band they play around here pretty often-ish. They were at Appleton Beer Factory recently. Post Sex Nachos. Tyler just kind of messaged
I messaged their band account.
the
at
band
one
account
point,
themselves. Yeah. He was just
Okay.
like, hey, I see that you guys have a show at a venue we really like to play. Can we just play with you guys?
Oh
And they
wow.
like
We were on the bill later that night.
yes.
And we went and opened for them.
Rad.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Is that
That
easy?
is super cool.
And they're a little bigger. Like they're
Yeah.
like playing at like Lollapalooza this year and stuff. And
Oh wow.
they just got off like a 3-month tour for
They're
their
on my
for their
they're
new
on Mile
album.
too, right?
They're playing Mile as well.
Yeah, yeah.
This is one of the
Okay.
same nights
They're
as
great
us.
guys.
What's the name of the
Okay.
band again?
Post-sex
Post-sex
nachos.
Post Sex Nachos. All right.
Really, really good band.
All right.
Really good
Just
band.
sex.
Yeah, I'll check them out.
You should for sure.
Keep you guys, but it's we're having a good time. So at what point you're done with high school? I'm seeing before the band, or was your goal the whole time? We're just gonna keep going with it. And is
Basically.
it rare that everybody is on board? I mean,
Yes.
usually like high school, like that was fun during high school. I'm moving to I got a real job to get her
Yeah, yeah.
career, moved to college.
You know, we went through COVID not really doing anything, but to some degree, I'm kind of grateful for that because at some point we just like a switch flipped and we realized
This is it.
this is what we got to do, and that's where kind of the new album With a Smile kind of that's where that sound was created was during
Oh.
COVID and coming out of COVID.
Okay.
So I would say if we didn't get time off to reflect on what was it we wanted to do, we wouldn't have become a better band.
Sure.
A lot of us
As fast as we
changed.
did. A lot of us changed. A lot of
Okay.
our,
Yeah, that was like our 18 to
Yeah.
like turning 20
Mhm.
formative
Yeah.
years and
And
How do you
currently 21, because that's the only reason he's
Yes.
able to do this.
I'll show you my ID. Oh, yeah, like I said, we have the exact
Mhm.
same birthday.
You have
Yeah,
the same
I'm
birthday?
21.
Oh, I should have asked beforehand, but I didn't
Oh,
think you were.
no.
I really didn't.
Here,
No, I don't care. I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah,
I'm kidding.
if you want to be all Mr. Cop about it,
I was trying to give you a shit because I really thought you were. I
I've had
thought you guys were
this-
underage.
I've had the same.
Giving myself shit.
I have never retaken my driver's license picture. This is the same picture I took when I was like 17.
You guys, I know him and I have been best of friends for over a decade, 15 years, something like that. Known him for 25 years.
Right.
And never did we have any beef with each other. We were always just buddy. And then we started doing this thing, and all of a sudden you get a little bit of creative tension once in a while. You guys,
we bicker sometimes,
Yeah.
but it's a family thing.
sure.
If you're gonna work with someone,
Creativity is hard, right?
well, both creatively,
Do you
both
need
creatively
another drink
and-
now that you say that?
No. Like I said, both creatively and as
Small
a
one?
business partner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Like-
too. Yeah.
Because like we are an LLC now, which is really fun.
Look at that. Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's like
drummer's grandma's a lawyer.
Beautiful.
Even better.
It was very set up.
yeah,
It
it's
was
like,
We have
so
Beatles.
nice.
Well, so really, I mean, you're networking your parents and your grandparents, and that's what you do. They get them to help on the down low or the cheap, and that's how you grow.
I've said it, you've said it. I'm pretty sure we've all said it at least once. We are very lucky to have the support of our family, friends, and each other. Like it
Yeah.
all.
it was very much a stars aligned crew.
No, it
Okay.
was. It was. It all.
Makes a
Because
difference.
you were asking kind of how like we decided we wanted to do this, and
Yeah.
for me it was very much like we started playing, realized we had something, wanted to keep it going. COVID put a wrench in things, and then we were all just kind of sitting there waiting and like, well, like what do we do? And then we got back to it that first day in the practice room again. After that was we were honestly still so tight. Like
Yeah.
as a group and as musicians, it just fucking just clicked right back. And we were like,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
we gotta keep going.
You gotta go. We can't disband
stop.
this. We can't not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like it seems like because everything moves slow, but then you look back and you're like, we've accomplished a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
kind of the fun part. It's like you're going kind of one speed for a long time, but then you look back and you're like, oh, we kind of done a lot.
Yeah.
Well, we set like goals at the beginning of the year. We were like, we want this many Instagram followers and this many monthly listeners,
Funnily
and we
enough-
like doubled and
Funnily
tripled.
enough. Yeah, so I think our goals for last year.
It was like
Goals. We need goals.
the goal for
Where's
last
our vision
year.
board?
The,
Where'd that go again?
the goal
Sorry.
for last year is end the year at 2,000 Instagram followers and 500 monthly listeners. We ended with 5,000 Instagram followers and 3,000 monthly listeners.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
But
we did something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like yeah, it
You
worked
put out a great album. That's what you did.
I suppose
Yeah.
you know a lot of people tend to. I mean, I really love the album. I think we did the best we very could on it.
Yeah.
And
I've said it before. I never really. It's just a me thing. It's not me shitting on our music. I love our music. I think we're talented. I love us. Listening to my own voice is very hard for me.
yeah, I
It's
bet.
hard for
I
me to
bet.
enjoy things that we've created. The most recent album, the With a Smile album, I actually have gone back and listened to multiple times. I do really like this.
I think
I'm very proud.
it's a super because like the Televised Paradise stuff. We ended up because we were just high schoolers. We wrote songs from like different other people's perspective, like story songs and stuff.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
With a Smile is very personal.
Oh yeah.
I think.
I think it's funny. Tyler wrote a song. We've played it, and then actually With a Smile, and then I went through a breakup, and then after the breakup, he was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I said that song was about me, but it was definitely for you." And I was like, "Oh, cool, thanks,
Okay.
bud." I figured we talked about your ex. Might as well throw myself under the bus.
Yeah,
Like the
I
book
wrote
there.
I wrote the song With a Smile about a relationship that Tiernan was in, and just
Okay.
kind of watching it from the outside.
Sure.
Okay. Well, that but that's experiences, right?
Which
That's
is
what
funny
you do.
because you say it's hard for you to write from others' perspectives. You did a very good job with that song because
It's
it's
there. That's true. That's true. Like that's what it comes down
I
to.
saw you being an idiot.
Yeah. I saw you being stupid. I saw everything happen. So I was like, you know what? I can write about that.
Yeah.
I don't
It's easy from the outside. We've all been stupid, especially when it comes to girls. I
Well,
mean,
A phrase I found from a podcast actually is hindsight's 2020. You know,
Absolutely.
like
Mhm.
you always see shit better when you're
yeah,
past it.
yep, and
That's what-
hopefully you learn from it.
That's what my
Oh, yeah.
dad always used to say to me, and I never got till I got. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. I always said it, and you never really understand it until you're like, oh, that's what he meant.
You dumb dad. Jeez, I don't get it. But whatever.
You always think your dad's a loser until you understand.
Sorry.
That's-
No offense, Dean.
Sorry, Dean.
I didn't actually mean that.
At one point you did, because I know it. I did my dad, and my kids did me. I get it.
Oh.
It's the way it
I
is.
fucking hate you, Dad.
Yeah, right?
Oh, Dad, you just don't get me.
You just don't
You don't get me.
I'm gonna write a song about you.
I'm gonna write a song about you. Leave me with a smile.
My
I'm a
dad
tortured
sucks.
artist.
Do you guys have t-shirts?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good.
We're
'cause I would like to have, I'd be cool.
We're slowly
we
but
talked about
surely-
the smiles.
I
That'd be
cool. Have
cool.
brought some. Oh, the like smiles off the album.
Yeah.
We don't have that. We have our name.
We probably will.
We have-
Yeah, that would make a great t-shirt.
It would be a
We've-
cool t-shirt.
We've talked about now that the songs have been out for a little while, making like possibly song specific shirts.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted. Yeah, that was
Probably
the
sell.
One of my favorite shirts. I can pull up the drive and show them the designs we have.
Yeah. Go.
Okay.
Yeah. well,
We have one that just straight up says, "Who the fuck is Scorched Waves?" And I
I love
personally
that one.
think that's my
I
favorite one.
love that one.
But that's what you put out there,
Right.
People
That's
will be
not
like reading it. Yeah, who the fuck are they?
Yeah,
You get that name
fuck
going.
is
I like it.
You know that shirt is going to get questions asked. Somebody's wearing that shirt.
Yeah.
Somebody is going to say,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you? Did you design it, or who's the
I
artsy
did-
guy in the band?
Mainly Finn. Finn
Okay.
draws a lot of our stuff. Our bass player. He's a very artsy guy.
So this is one t-shirt, our 420.
Okay. Oh.
It's kind of like clouds. If it'll.
And
Whoa, why is it?
That adds a transparent background. Yeah.
I didn't.
was created on 420.
Do that.
I get
Here,
it.
you want me to pull up a better version of that?
Yeah, Tyler might be the
I
guy.
got
for this.
it.
Well, here's the most basic shirt we carry these. It's
Okay.
just our logo.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
I had someone ask if we could cover the actually at the 7th Street show. They asked if we could cover the What's New Scooby Doo theme song.
You know, it's not
Oh.
even the first time you've suggested that.
I know
What's
because
this Scooby-Doo?
I would
Go
fuck
there,
that
you-
song up, like in a good way.
There we go. This is the
And
sort of 420 of
Oh, that's
release
cool.
shirt.
Yeah, that's cool.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
but no, and
That's what
they
the other
said
shirt
that
says.
the
It's a
Scorched
bunch of
Waves
Scorched
logo looks like the Scooby Doo font. So
A little bit.
It does. Yeah.
kind of.
Where'd the name come from? It was before you had Scorched Wave before you got in?
That wasn't
Okay.
even anyone that's in the band currently. That was one of those trial and error members that came up with it. Well, why? Yeah.
Don't admit that.
But what
When you guys
Yeah.
get huge, that person's
Trademark
coming
that.
It
back.
was all my idea.
trademark it?
It was my idea.
Yeah, trademark it now.
What are some of
Where'd
the
it come
other
from then?
names? Let's
Yeah.
pick
So
some- the
Scorched
Sea
Wa-
Bears.
Scorched Waves was the best name out of a selection of really bad ones. So there was the Sea Bears, the Crimson Tides.
Hey, that's an
You know
Alabama
that's
thing.
like an actual band, Crimson Tide. But anyways,
I'm
go
glad we didn't do it for it.
No, there's a theme. It's all water.
It's all water, which is funny because with Scorched Waves has much more probably been like associated with like sound waves more than
We
water.
associate it with sound waves.
No one else does.
Everybody else is like, oh, smoke on the
Fires.
water type.
Yeah, that's. It's
Was it really just a random put some words together, or was there any meaning behind it?
literally nothing at all.
Oh,
Nothing.
that's a great story. In depth,
Yeah,
like it.
yeah,
Okay.
super. I wish I had an interesting story about the name Scorched Waves.
Make something up next time. Just think of something.
So I was in the Appalachian Mountains.
Perfect.
It was the Chicago Fire.
And I was in the middle of it,
Yes.
and I, running around, and I got
The Chicago River.
Might wanna work on
burning.
that.
I saw the embers over the creek, and I thought to myself, "Whoa,
That's a band name.
Just use mushrooms as the excuse.
yeah,
You'd be
I
good.
did drugs."
Yeah, mushrooms, perfect.
That's.
So you don't dabble at all.
I need
I
to get out
am
of here.
21 years sober,
What's that?
I need to get
Okay.
out of here. Is about it.
completely.
You need to what?
I need to get out of here. The song.
Oh, I'm like,
That's about having a really bad ass.
We gotta
Okay.
go.
yeah, I'm like,
We gotta go.
I'm like,
I was like,
I need to get
okay.
out of here for acid. I'm
Funnily-
like,
We gotta go.
what?
Funnily enough,
We're done.
I wrote that song about a bad acid trip before I even tried it.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah. So it was me writing about what I
Does
think.
do you know that?
Oh yeah, my parents know.
Okay, cool. That's fine.
Me and my parents are tight. We're
at this point, you just talk about everything.
well.
Well, I mean, your
What are
dad.
they gonna do? Ground
Yo,
me?
I mean, to be fair, your dad was pretty much an angel his whole growing up.
Oh, so is my mom.
They all were.
19.
They all,
You didn't.
they all were.
Doing
You want to tell us
skiing.
about the ski trip of
Maybe we should have Dad on.
whatever?
Maybe the follow-up
That
episode
would be
should be
funny.
Dean. Yeah,
Being in the scorched
Dean
waves.
Brinkman, Scorched.
What would be
Waves
fun
dad.
is
He didn't
like,
try to get on.
like Dean to have Dean,
It would be
Mom,
funny.
Cliff,
Get
and
like
Mike.
the whole.
Those are the guys that we went skiing with.
Cliff is my godfather.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been trying to help us out lately. Actually.
Oh, Cliff.
Yeah.
Yeah, great guy.
Nice.
We talked. He just was texting the other
Is
day.
he still? Are they in LA still?
Yes.
Yeah. He just sent out that group text.
No. What we
So-
need to do is come to a show.
Yeah, that we got to
and
do that first.
Yeah,
Yeah,
do
that
something
first show.
on-
That would be
Make
cool.
sure it's
Oh, wow,
a venue
that's
with
cool.
a backstage.
Yeah.
They don't
Or
always- they don't
we'll
always
set it up
Or an
in,
Airbnb, so
in the
that-
van.
Dude,
We-
come with the van.
I want to be at the pussy.
The wolf
Wolf
pussy. I don't
Pussy.
want to go to
I
wolf
just want to
pussy.
be at the pussy.
I want to see the infamous shit toilet.
Yeah.
I may just drive to St. Louis one day just to see
Wolf
the wolf
Wolf
pussy and
pussy?
come home.
Well,
It is someone's
Didn't we
home.
pay
so
them-
I'm
we
sure
paid
it's
them
okay
in-
with that. Yeah.
It's a
Oh.
house show.
It's a house
You
venue.
did.
So-
We paid them in. Am I?
Yeah, no, but
we
we
left them just like a couple grams of weed from a dispensary. And we're like, hey,
Sorry about the toilet.
thanks for letting us stay here. We didn't even mention the toilet. It's-
All right. I think it's fair to say though the toilet was probably on the verge
Yes.
of fucking up. If it fucked
That
up,
plumbing
that
was
bad.
fucked. I took a
Yeah.
shower in that bathroom and it was like the shower itself was flooding. Like,
Don't worry, wolf pussy won't.
But think of all these stories, right? I mean, that's where you talk about the bands that make it like the grind, right? I mean, these stories
Yeah.
of sleeping on the floor. Not everybody has a turd coming at them in the middle of the night, but
they're
that's a
like
different story.
the Dave Matthews shit bus incident.
Exactly.
But everybody,
The toilet is our
grinds it
shit
out.
bus.
Yes.
Yeah.
So far.
So far,
Hopefully we
we don't surpass that.
yeah, hopefully we don't surpass the Chicago shit bus incident.
Ah,
We should do it in a different city.
I was about to say St. Louis, but
We already did that.
you already shit there.
So
Or somebody did.
So Wolf Pussy is not on this tour. That one's
no, I
Okay.
believe at the St. Louis venue this time is called. It's hilarious. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's actually called the Backside. Now that I'm thinking about it,
you guys just go to the classy places.
oh yeah, we love Wolf
Yeah.
Pussy Backside.
There's a theme.
is it the Backside or the Upside? I don't remember.
Well,
We're going backside.
It's the Backside.
It's the back
It'll
door.
never be different.
Is there another like whack venue that you played at, like name wise?
Not that I can think of. I think like
It would be another house.
But where are
venue,
you
maybe.
playing coming up?
I think we have a weekender June 14th, 15th in Wausau and Eau Claire.
Okay.
And then more shows and more shows and more shows.
Okay, and then
We're busy until July.
awesome.
Okay.
And the break.
Hey, if you want to book us in July, send us a
Okay,
message.
there you go.
SportsWavesOfficial@gmail.com.
Nothing for July, but 5 shows in August and like 10 shows in September. So
Okay,
Nice.
and then Maya Music. That's big.
Oh yeah, the tour.
Mile,
Should
yeah, you
we-
guys are playing Mile of Music for the first time?
yeah,
Yes.
in August.
Excited.
To be
First and
determined
fourth.
which venues, which
Be
is
determined.
probably closer to the
July
July
1st,
1st
we
we
should
find
know.
out.
I'm pretty positive.
Okay,
For,
cool.
for people
But-
that don't know, Appleton has a giant music festival.
It's like over 100 venues
Oh,
with
yeah,
like
awesome.
a couple hundred artists.
Have you guys gone prior to just to go to bands? Or?
I haven't.
I grew up going to
Yeah,
so
I bet.
this is big for me. I have told them before, I'm like, I will know that we can and have made it as a band when we've played Mile. That was my thing for some weird reason.
Well,
It wasn't 7th Street Entry. It wasn't High Noon Saloon. It wasn't
Another great venue.
We're
Summerfest.
playing there too.
Yeah, it's a great
Coming
venue.
up.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
it
played
is.
there a couple times.
Yeah.
It's great there.
August is really stacked. That's 2 shows at Mile of Music, August 1st and 4th. Then we're playing at the Cactus Club in Milwaukee,
High
Been there,
Noon.
yeah.
and then
yeah.
High Noon in Madison, and then the Subterranean in Chicago. So
Okay.
those are that's our August. That's gonna be good. And then
Find them all on
Yeah.
their website, on their Insta, right?
All the dates are on the website. Then September is a big tour, so we'll see.
We announce
Oh.
all of them on Instagram too. You might as
Yeah.
well follow us there. That's what you're gonna get.
Might
a
as
lot
well
of
follow
details.
them.
You might as well follow our Instagram, our TikTok. We have a Facebook. We have a Twitter, but we don't use it.
You guys have Facebook?
We do have Facebook.
Yes.
You got dinosaurs coming to the show or what?
Yeah.
Yeah. It would
Oh, fucking
be
Brontosaurus the other day.
That's how like people like his dad and me communicate is still through Facebook because we're old fuckers.
ridiculous.
I thought you said you weren't
Yeah,
that old.
Facebook
You're only
is-
50
Fa-
what?
Facebook is how we
Right?
appeal to the millennials and up.
Yeah.
We'll go with that. We'll go.
Facebook is how we appeal to millennials.
Millennials and
With
up.
That is kind of funny because thinking about it now, like we're right in between millennial. We're technically Gen Z, but I really would prefer not to
that.
identify with that. But like the oldest millennials are like 30s, 40s now. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Time moves a little faster than I'd like it to.
Yeah, you just wait, boys. Get
Hey,
ready. It's gone.
sometimes I miss waking up in bed at like 10 o'clock in a summer day when I'm like 6. I don't gotta worry about shit. Someone's making food for me.
Yep.
I can run around outside and do nothing.
Mhm.
Playing with Beyblades or something.
Right. We're all like want to get older until we're there. We're like, "Oh I gotta
This
go back."
sucks.
No, exactly.
The cool thing for you guys, you found your thing when you were still young.
Oh yeah.
You know?
16.
Like we didn't
We
start
have-
this till we were old.
So my first concert was
Oh, good.
it was technically Rusted Root at Waterfest in Oshkosh.
Sure.
But I always tell people it was Kyle Magna and the Monsoons because he opened that concert and I preferred him to Rusted Root.
Okay.
And then
okay.
I went to Mile to watch him and I was like, we talked and he, because of Cliff, my dad got to hang out with them and like, you know, they weren't like friends, but it's like, oh yeah, I know this guy.
Sure.
And then recently, because I worked at a hotel, he played at the hotel. I saw him, talked to him, and kind of put the bug in his ear. And I was like, hey, you know, like I used to watch you play and I'm in a band now. And then when we played at Stone Arch, I sent him a message on Facebook and was like, hey, it'd be an honor if you could come watch us play. And at first he was like, no, I can't make it. And then after the show, my mom came up to me and she's like, "Fucking Kyle Magna was here." I was like,
Oh,
"No
wow.
way!"
Wow.
So he actually found time out of his day to come watch and see us. And I shot him a message and I was like, "Honestly, thanks for showing up. I didn't think you would." And he messaged me back and he was like, "It's so cool to see someone as young as you guys doing as much as you do." Because he was like, "I was doing a quarter of what you guys are doing, or a half
Yeah.
of what you guys are doing at your age."
Yeah.
So a comment I get a lot from older, more established musicians is like, "Hey, you guys are 21. I wasn't doing what you were doing
Yeah.
until I was like 28, 29, 30."
Yeah.
So like, the next 10 years,
that's-
we've got a lot of fucking time.
You do, but that's
Absolutely.
cool that he made the time, because they're a great band. They
Oh
really
yeah.
are.
He won the Whammies is a big thing. We were actually nominated for a Whammy.
We were
Yep,
nominated
okay,
for
heard of
one,
them,
so-
yeah.
The Whammies is the Wisconsin Music Awards. It's like the knockoff Grammys. He won best vocalist, I think,
Okay.
2 years in a row, 2018, 2019. It might have just been 1 year. I don't know for sure, but
Whatever. That's cool that he came on. That's
oh yeah,
great
I was
story.
super happy.
Yeah.
Supporting your local musicians is great.
It-
that. Don't. I mean, yeah, listen to.
That's what we're doing.
Traveling Suitcase, Nicholas
I
Reisman.
do love them.
Yeah.
I saw them play at. Do you know Taylor?
Taylor.
Greenwood.
Mm-mm.
Oh, he's a brewer at Stone Arch, and he
Okay.
booked us for the Stone Arch show. Me and our drummer Damien actually went to his house for a little like grilled cheese backyard party he does,
Yeah.
and he's friends with them, and they played there. So I
That's-
got to meet them. They're really good.
Yeah, they are.
Love
Oh,
those guys.
we're going to see him this weekend
Yeah.
down in Baraboo.
Hell yeah, they're great.
Yeah, and he was on the podcast
Twice.
twice. Yeah,
Yeah. A couple times.
That's
the drummer.
Yeah,
singer.
he came when he was in Colorado. He came back. We knew him before he went to Colorado, and he came back.
Oh, nice.
And he played at we got him to play at his 50th birthday party.
Oh hell yeah.
Traveling Suitcase, and we sang with Traveling Suitcase.
Yeah,
Just
if you,
saying, it's out there.
if you guys ever want to do a cover of This One Goes Out to the One I Love by REM, we're there for you.
Oh yeah.
We can sing
Yep,
it.
yep.
Word.
Honestly, let's do it. Hook it
Yeah.
up. Record it. Make it on the podcast.
It's terrible, but
It was cool.
it's got to be a death metal version of it though.
Oh my god.
Like I can't sing any other way than to just scream. So
Yeah, it was a
I'll take that.
so
Yeah.
I was texting Nicholas and I'm like, hey, that's a surprise. Will you bust out this cheesy REM song? He's like, yeah, we can do it.
Not cheesy. That's a great song.
Well, it is. I just don't.
It is.
It is
well, it's
what
a
it
perfect
is.
song because it only has like 6 lyrics to the
It
whole
really
song.
is.
You
That's
pretty
all I
much
can
know.
learn.
Yeah.
Not much to
Sun
remember.
goes out.
It was just so
to the
funny. So
one
I was like,
I left behind.
yeah. So I went out, and it was I made it like I was gonna say, happy birthday, Dean.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing. And then I'm a crier. I am. So I pretended like I was crying, and I turn around and
Maybe that's something you shouldn't admit on.
I can't help it anymore.
So time to get back to you.
Everybody that knows me knows I'm a crier. I can't hide it. They're all like, "Yeah, you're a crier."
He's cried on the podcast.
I've cried in life. So I turn around to Nick, and I'm like, he's like, start, and then they were just gonna dun 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 dun, dun, and then I was gonna sing to him for his birthday. So the guitar player, he's like signaling to him. He's like, and the guy was like, yeah, like kind of like a hey. He's like, hey. He's like,
Oh,
no,
just like a
you're
saying
supposed
hi.
to start, He's like,
Yeah.
hey. He kept going back and forth, and Nick's like, no, hey. And he's like, hey. And I was like, oh yeah.
Nate was really high.
And he was super high. So funny. Sorry, Nate, you were hilarious. He was just like, yeah. But then once he starts going, he's a great guitar player. He's so fun to watch, Nate, And so then we did it, and then I said, come up here. So we sang together, and it was fun. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if you told me to come up.
You might have just came up.
There was no stopping me.
No, we were horrible. I started out horrible.
See, that's the fun of like small music culture though. And like honestly, one of my favorite things is getting to talk with people and fans and friends and things like that. And like there's a point where hopefully, fingers crossed, we get to the point where we're like playing stadiums and shit someday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who knows? Could
Absolutely.
happen. But like there's a point in a musician's career when you get so big where you can't just have casual conversation with your fans, really.
Yeah. Yep.
And so like
That's true.
I get to go to the merch table after we play a show and have people come up to me and be like, play the Scooby-Doo theme song. or like, or I had a kid, his name's Miles. Oh, actually, I just realized it's our drummer's new girlfriend's little brother. He came up to me and he was like, "I'm your biggest fan. I'm actually Scorched Wave's #1 fan."
Ooh,
And I had
ooh.
no idea who he was at the time. And I was like, "Oh yeah." I don't know how you can prove that to me, but I'll take your word for it, dude.
It's funny because like we end up like
In his brain.
we end up like signing stuff for people at shows.
Yeah, we've signed posters, CDs,
It's always
t-shirts.
just like funny.
Yeah,
'cause,
yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Nobody's asked for our autograph yet.
Not yet. It'll happen. You sign a boob? What's going on over there?
We did one.
Come on now, spill it. Spill it.
We did do that.
How old was she? Was she 50? Was she an
was
old
our
mom?
age, She was our age. Shout out to
The
Maddie.
drooping? Come on, what's the scoop? I mean,
She asked, we did it. That's
why not? Why wouldn't you? That's why you want to. That's why you're being a rock star, right? To do shit like
What
that.
am I? It's like say no.
No.
Probably headed straight to the tattoo shop and
Yeah,
God, I hope not.
I hope not.
God, I hope
That'd
not.
be embarrassing because it was the marker kind of like stopped working, so I was like,
really digging in there.
I was like, this looks like shit. I'm sorry, but
It was really hot outside.
It was.
It was a July 4th of July show.
Ugh.
Well, we had it was an Alpine show. Alicia, a friend of ours from New Jersey,
Yeah.
who was with us in the pit, and her goal was, I want Dave to sign. So we're at the front of the pit.
Her body.
Her body.
I
Yeah,
assume.
yeah.
Yeah.
What'd I say? I don't know what.
Uh,
So she had the Sharpie, right? And sent it to Dave, and she signed there. She wrapped it, flew back to New Jersey, and had that just over outline tattoo, his autograph right here.
Bless you.
So sorry.
Bless you,
Not
that's
trying to
all right.
interrupt.
No, nothing you can do about it.
That's awesome though. Like
Yeah.
I would probably do that with like a couple different musicians.
So here's the great part of the story, in my opinion, because I'm such a douche. So she did, she signed it, and he signed and was given the pen back. So I went like, kind of like, yeah, me too. And he just went, come on, don't ruin her thing. Come on. Like, don't be don't be a douche.
Kind of cool on
And
him
I was
though,
like-
for being like,
And I was like, fair enough. You're right. But I
That's
totally would
like-
have done the same thing.
you should have been like,
Yeah, but like you said, totally. I got it. The minute
Yeah.
he said, I was like, respect. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
You're right. I was a douche for
yeah,
asking.
find something else.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
I should
he,
find
he was
something
on
else.
stage, wasn't he?
Yeah, he,
Okay,
because he would come out, and he comes out after the shows, and he grabs someone's phone, and that will take a selfie
Like a
with
picture
the
of it.
thing. Yeah, which he took one of my daughter's phone one time and took us. And
That's cool.
That was cool.
I've
yeah,
had,
that was-
I've had there's an app called Be Real.
be real.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
Be Real. Yeah.
my daughter's talked about it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a social media app that's like unfiltered, so you can get like the real version of people. And
I
it
don't
takes-
get like a notice in like
yeah, and
3
if you,
minutes,
like
go live or
yeah, and if you don't post it within a certain time, you can't see other people's pictures. It's
okay.
it's weird-ish, kind
No, I
of.
remember.
Cool. It takes a picture of the front and the back
Okay.
at the same time, and I've had people be like, "Hey, can you take
Like
my Be Real
on
picture?"
stage.
So like I'll be on stage and I'll just like put on the stupidest face I can.
Yeah,
and snap
nice.
a picture of the crowd
Okay.
for 'em, and
Is that it still a thing? Is that recent?
it
Kind
it
of.
was over last summer. It
Okay.
hasn't happened in a hot second, but we do like to take pictures with fans when we can.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
I've taken phones out of people's hands while they were recording us and just like kind of like selfie.
You guys are good at that social media stuff because you're young.
Yeah,
Tyler.
that's right. I run the socials.
I like the
It's a lot of work.
YouTube shorts that you guys did for the first album where you were describing the songs.
Yeah,
Fucking hilarious.
Show and tell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
Those were fun to make. Yeah.
Those
so
are
look for them on YouTube too.
please clap.
All right.
Good stuff.
Those were fun.
All right. Dudes, can't thank you enough for stopping in.
Yeah, of
Thank you
course.
for
It was
having
awesome meeting you
It was
guys.
fun.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
cannot wait to go see you live.
Yeah, absolutely.
Smile the music.
Very happy
Smile
to see you guys there.
We will. Yeah, I go to my music every year.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Forever.
A lot of great artists.
Forever.
There's a lot of great artists that we're friends with. Lunar Moth, Posex Nachos.
Social
Yeah,
Stig,
Social
like-
Stig.
I'm gonna look
If you
for them.
can make it,
Yeah.
make it to Milo Music, support local music. It's
Amen.
fantastic.
Amen.
Isn't it huge? I mean, we are. I don't want to draw, but so lucky to have that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's just so lucky, and it's family friendly. You said you've been going since you were young, because
Oh yeah. They separate.
you brought your
the
daughter
adult
one year.
venues and
Yeah,
the
you
venues.
can go outside where there's nothing and go into the bars. And if you don't like a band, you just leave and go to another bar.
Nice.
It's
Oh,
the
exactly.
beauty of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do
All
remember
sorts of genres.
there was a year Cliff had bands at the club.
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
And they bust them out there, and yeah, so I think that's where you
He
got
had
to meet
Swear
some
and
of the-
Shake at the club.
I
thought he
get
had them there
Arctic.
when
Who's the guy with the afro?
I don't know.
Wild Adriatic.
Wild Adriatic.
I
Oh,
love
it's-
those guys.
yeah.
I've
Fuck, I haven't heard
if
them in a long
you
time.
I know.
watch this, they just came back from hiatus.
Yeah.
If you watch this podcast, please book a show with us. I've been trying to find a way to get in contact with you. I love you guys.
Yeah. They are so good.
Yeah.
They're so
Mateo,
good.
he does all their booking. There's a picture on Mateo's Instagram from 2017, 16. It's me and my little brothers with Mateo
Oh,
at
nice.
Houdini Plaza.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
oh, it's awesome.
I was there.
Were you actually?
Yeah, I'm not.
Hell yeah.
I seek out bands and I'll go, and then, I've been with people who are like, we just saw them. I'm like, I kind of like them. I want to go see them again.
Right.
Because it's such small, short set list, but that's the beauty. There's so much music all week.
Sorry,
love
I
it.
keep adding shit. I'm
No,
not
it's
trying
all
to.
right.
No, we're here. That's where we're here for you guys to talk.
Right.
Let it out there.
Yeah,
And
it's always that
people-
battle. Like we're always like, do they want to go yet, or should we keep talking?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you try
Yeah.
to.
We do have an hour drive back.
Yeah,
It
you do.
is-
You do.
Yeah, we'll keep it, but we have, when we have fun, it's just you
Oh, yeah.
just keep going, and then you're like, oh,
Mm.
fuck, it's been an hour and a half.
Mhm.
What the hell?
Yeah.
There's been
Yeah,
podcasts
my
like
parents
that.
are 15 minutes away. I don't know if you want to stay at my parents' house.
I gotta work tomorrow, dog.
No, I get it. So do I,
Yeah,
so do I.
yeah. No, we'll do it. So again, one more time, we're gonna close up and cannot thank you enough for stopping in.
Thank you for having
And
us.
have
It was a lot of fun.
it's our pleasure. We want to see you.
Scorched Waves on Instagram.
Give it. Where can they find you?
Facebook, Spotify,
Everything.
everywhere.
Just Google Scorched Waves. It's all gonna be right.
We are
there.
the very first search result.
We are the only Scorched Waves.
Yes.
As far as I'm concerned.
And
If you're the first Google search, that's all that matters.
right.
The picture of us is from 2018 though, so ignore that.
It's a long time ago.
I think it finally updated.
It did? Thank
It's-
God.
It's the one where you're holding the balloon next to your face.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
With the thing, and again, think about those T-shirts with the smiley faces. That's cool.
We should. That's a good
It-
idea.
it-
Yeah.
Our
we should.
bass player prints those.
Nice.
Oh, it's a cool logo. So, all right.
Cool. Thanks.
Thanks
Thanks for
again.
having
Have a
us.
great night, man.
Thank you for listening. The tavern is closed for now, but we'd love to have you back for more fun next time. Seriously though, get your asses out of here.